Hello, I am Samoa Joe and I'm going to be a daddy for Wendy.
You picked the wrong house, fool!
WTF! WTF!
Hello, I'm Ross Twiddell from Cultaholic.com. You are my sexual wank fence and welcome to all of the WTF moments from last night's Smack Diddly Down Live. A Smack Diddly Down Live that I personally believed is one of the funniest episodes of WWE television I've seen in a very long time. Some of it intentional funny, some of it not so. Let's have a look what falls in which category, eh? Dun 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 dun. So get this right, the show kicks off and the Miz's music's playing, and guess what? The Miz is not in the ring. It's another pair of WWE superstars, and let me just check who it is. It's R-Truth, and that fits his gimmick perfectly. I am sorry, Kevin Dunn. So sorry to you and your $10 million worth of sold WWE shares, you prick. And Carmella, who is in the ring with Truth because now she's turned bona fide babyface for absolutely no apparent reason whatsoever, after being the dirtiest of dirty diddlers for the longest time, has dyed her hair brown. Or was it deep red? Under the arena lights it looked like a shade of deep red, but for the purposes of what I'm going to say, it was brown alright. Now as we all know, Carmella is the princess of Staten Island, but with this change in look, does that mean she's moved Brown Town? That was completely worth it, wasn't it? Yes, it was. But the only thing we can surmise from this entire situation involving Carmella's hair is that blondes are dicks and brunettes are fantastic, noble horses who serve the world right stuff. Could you imagine going to SmackDown Live as part of your honeymoon? Jesus wept. I mean, yeah, of course you could. You're a wrestling fan. That's why you're watching me. I'm a wrestling fan. That's why I'm stood here talking to you. What does any of this mean? Don't know. Oh, that opening segment was going so well until Vince McMahon undoubtedly said, "Why don't we have them dance, damn it? Look at them dance. Look at them go. Aren't they so fun, damn it?" Good impression. Yes, the Truth TV 7 seconds dance break completely ruined that opening segment for me. I know it's funny when Mona Lisa and John Ralphio do it on Parks and Rec, but when they do it there, that just feels completely forced as the humour in these videos. But damn it, isn't it fun? Good impression. So next we have The Miz claiming he has an idea for every single second of the day, and I was left asking myself, what the hell was his idea for the second when R-Truth decided to steal his talk show, something that clearly rattled The Miz like a snake. Because snakes are rattled, apparently. Surely, since The Miz was so rattled, he would have wanted to stop that. So what was he doing in that second of the day?
Yep, I wrong. Yep, I wrong.
Hello, Byron. Next up, we have you claim that Daniel Bryan's success in WWE is down to Daniel Bryan staying true to himself, being a noble horse and fighting the battles for all the good men and women of this planet Earth without killing any mortal beings. I made that second part up, but the first part is completely true. We all remember heading into WrestleMania 28 how Daniel Bryan was a heel, don't we? But he was the sort of heel, like Kevin Owens and people like that, who you can't help but cheer for. Then, at WrestleMania 28, the way Daniel Bryan lost his World Heavyweight Championship inside of 18 seconds to Sheamus got the WWE Universe riled up, and that's what started the Yes movement. So you could say, Byron Saxton, you were talking bollocks here because it was a completely different Daniel Bryan that took Daniel Bryan to true superstardom. Stick that in your mother's apple pie and eat it. They're still going for it, aren't they? The story they want to tell opposed to the one we want to hear. We want to hear about Becky Lynch getting the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, something she deserves, but WWE are telling us the story of Charlotte Flair and making us feel sorry for her for some reason, even though Charlotte Flair was put into that Women's Championship match at SummerSlam out of nowhere. Yes, she earned it, but why was she given the chance in the first place? The match was already set. And with all that in mind, I don't know about you, but seeing Charlotte Flair getting her ass handed to her so hard she had to go home because she was injured was bloody karma in my eyes. Go home, you entitled bitch. Becky Lynch for the win. I tell you what, it's pissing pathetic that WWE marketed Sheamus versus Big E as the first time they'll ever meet on this brand. What? Who cares about that, man? He is a turd, but it's a special turd because that turd fell out of the arsehole first. What are they trying to do? We all know that Big E's great. We all know that Sheamus is great. WWE, you don't have to try and market something as being better than it actually is and fail while doing so. But credit must be given to Tom Phillips for getting that crucial detail in there of the first time Sheamus and Big E met on this brand being SmackDown Live, because over on Raw, on the 17th of October 2016, Raw episode 1221, they had a singles match there as well. knowledge is power. Signs! Thank you very much to Beach Ball Bandit. Thank you very much for that unnamed assailant in the distance. Next time you go to... You know how it goes. So the New Day were listing off positive things about Debar, and while doing so, Big E, talking about Sheamus, listed that a positive about Sheamus is the fact that his carpet matches his drapes. The New Day, as a collective, liked the fact that Sheamus has matching pubes to the hair on his head. Now, admitting something like that on live national television, that's a WTF moment in my book. Seriously, it is. Are you asked about the carpet matching the drapes on any human being in the world? If you are, let me know in the comments below. That's engagement for you. And then moving on to Sheamus, he then claims that the New Day always come out here with the same crappy jokes mere seconds after the New Day have just done something they've never done before. You want to be careful with lines like that, Sheamus, otherwise every time you're on screen, the WWE Universe will be screaming,
No, we're not watching that show!
So, November last year, we were reading about Sheamus dealing with spinal stenosis and neck injuries, and this week on SmackDown Live, Sheamus was getting flipped over the top rope, catching the back of his neck on the ring apron, and then taking a flat back bump on the floor. Whose call was it to do that? Like, that's almost as reckless as Brie Bella. Come on now, yes. Calm down, everybody. Obviously, it's a joke. As I noted on yesterday's WTF Moments for Raw, everybody makes mistakes, don't they? Calm down. Hang on a second. Lana has to knock on the door of the locker room belonging to her husband. I thought married couples, you know, fart in each other's presence, cat a crap with the door open, stuff like that. Why is she having to knock? Rusev is the boss. Rusev is a dick. What have I just said? Whoa, now Aiden English, what the hell are you talking about? Before you met Rusev, nobody in the WWE Universe cared about him. That's as wrong as man buns, pal. Myself, Kenny McIntosh, we started a Rusev fan club 2.5 bastard years ago. If we didn't do that, the movement wouldn't have started and Rusev Day wouldn't have become a thing. Of course, it didn't happen quite exactly like that, but if I don't tell myself that, my life is devoid of any meaning and I want to die. Point being, Aiden was wrong about nobody within the WWE Universe caring about Rusev before he came along. And anyway, how can that man make that point when week by week by week, he would be a face and he would be a heel, insulting everybody in a certain town? He did everything he could to try and make Rusev Day fall flat on its arse, didn't he? Are you going to tell him about that one night in Milwaukee? What the hell happened in Milwaukee? But what a place for something to go down. It's a place that French missionaries and explorers have been visiting since the late 1600s, where they've been trading with the Native Americans.
In fact, isn't Milwaukee an Indian name?
Yes, Pete, it is. It's actually pronounced Milwaukee, which is something fancy for the good land. But I think one of the most interesting aspects about Milwaukee is the fact that the only major American city to elect 3 socialist mayors. I know how to party. Fake fans, look at them, get them, and hurt them. Imagine walking away from SmackDown Live half an hour before the show even finishes. Dad, bedtimes don't matter when the grap's in town. Daddy. Oh, Tom. Apparently we're supposed to know how it works in WWE. When you beat the champion, you get a shot at the Champions Championship. We know, but we also know that when you lose to the same champion time and time again, that gets you rematch after rematch after rematch when you should be at the back of some made-up queue. Isn't that right, big dog? So as we saw on July the 24th, I think it was, Randy Orton came on to SmackDown Live and said he's turned naughty in recent times because he likes to take the people we put up on a pedestal and destroy them because bleh. Randy pal, I don't think Tye Dillinger fits that description, you know. This isn't NXT. He's used so little it's clear to see by the reactions he gets when he does appear on SmackDown Live that nobody gives 2 hoots about him. Yes, people do the 10 chant, but that's chanting. Humans like to chant. It's in our nature. What you should have done, pal, was attack the guy in the red, sparkly, shiny leather pants. He's the popular one. So as we all know, earlier in the night we heard about one night in Milwaukee. Aiden English said something happened there, and that's all we knew. Then, somehow, during Lana's match with Becky Lynch, Tom Phillips revealed that Aiden English has video evidence of what went down in Milwaukee, despite the fact that Aiden English himself did not reveal that he has video evidence of what went down in Milwaukee. Then, after Lana's match with Becky Lynch, Aiden English has a backstage interview where he revealed that he has video evidence of what went down in Milwaukee. So one question is raised here: how did Tom Phillips know about the video evidence before the video evidence was revealed to be existent? 6969 is his password on his iPad, a prolific Instagram DM slider. Tom's got the tape, hasn't he, the dirty bastard? So Pagey Wagey was holding a contract signing for the WWE Championship. And Samoa Joe, he didn't show. Then AJ Styles said to Pagey Wagey, "Are you shocked that that man won't stand eye to eye face to face with me to sign this contract?" I was slightly, considering you've had so many matches against the same man in WWE already, AJ Styles. Now, I can't be the only one thinking the bog standard contract signings for every single WWE match go down the same way that they do in the ring for the fancy ones, but in a room backstage. Obviously without the tears and the crying and the tables broken and the Linda McMahon. Oh. Now let's just take a step back and talk about what Samoa Joe did on last night's SmackDown Live from a pure technological standpoint. So somehow he live streamed from his mobile phone to the Tron at SmackDown Live last night without anybody in WWE knowing where he was. They played his music, they expected him to come out, and he wasn't there. How has he done that? Surely to get his phone on the Tron in the first place, he would have to contact Kevin Dunn or somebody else in the truck to get it up there. How the hell's he done that then? There's two Samoa Joes, isn't there? First of all, I'm not American, but I know that to have your name on a letterbox like that is just not normal. And secondly, Styles, your name's Alan Jones, for Christ's sake. What kind of a sick Uber mark are you for yourself? I thought you were better than that. And now it's time for this.
Wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank. Wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank.
Hello and welcome to Wankety Wank, and thank you very much to Amanda Harper, who pointed out that Samoa Joe was wrong about being thousands of miles away from AJ Styles. Just over 1,000 and a bit. Remember a little bit of time ago when we talked about what Samoa Joe did from a technological standpoint on last night's SmackDown Live? Well, Alan James Cuthbert Styles seemed to think that Samoa Joe was FaceTiming the SmackDown Live Tron. Why were you shouting at him, Alan? He couldn't hear you, surely. So, last night's SmackDown Live went off the air with a bit of a cliffhanger where we can only presume that Samoa Joe went into that house and did something unspeakable to both Wendy Styles and Annie Styles. What a sobering thought to end this WTF Moments on. But I end with a couple of questions. First of all, do you think that Wendy Styles got out of that bloody house when she was watching her husband on national television and realised what was going down in her front garden? That's not an innuendo. And second of all, how many goddamn marks in the area watching SmackDown Live called the real life police when they saw what Samoa Joe was doing? I reckon tens. And that's it for your WTF moments from last night's SmackDown Live. I've been Ross from Cultaholic.com. Thank you for being a sexual wank pheasant. Curtsy. Follow me on Twitter at RossOnWrestling. If you like what we do here at Cultaholic, it's patreon.com/Cultaholic. Anything for to pass our way would be very much appreciated and we'll love you forever. But most importantly of all, subscribe to this channel and join us on the medias.